iTunes and the Google Play Store. And around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Well, it's Thursday, and we all know what that means.
It means you're quite ready.
Hey, look who's here. It's Andrew Langer, and it's his birthday.
I thought Wednesday was hump day.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi. How are y'all doing?
You made it back. You made it back from Florida, okay?
I made it back from 2 trips to Florida now, okay.
You were in Tallahassee.
I was in Tallahassee yesterday. I made it back last night.
Any teenagers passed out behind your car in Tallahassee?
Not that I can talk about. Maybe in the bonus show.
Would you care to share with our listening audience, because I have made you somewhat famous on this show.
Yeah. Thank you.
For a variety of reasons.
Or notorious.
Would you like to share your birth date?
Today,
and the year?
It's March 21st, 1971, 2 weeks younger than Rob Spiewak.
So
Isn't it great that I'm 2 weeks older?
He is 71 years young.
No. He's 2 weeks younger than me. And look at
well,
what
how
a
old
mess.
does that make him?
42.
42.
So you're 44?
48 years old, and Andrew is 70.
Wait a minute, Langer, you were
What?
born
No.
in the year I graduated high school?
That is frightening.
We're
my
both
God.
42. Andrew
Yeah.
and I are both 42 years old.
Oh, so he's just a few months younger.
He's 2 weeks younger than me, and look what a mess I am, and look at him.
So
He's
you're
a
both 42-year-old men.
hot,
Yes.
happening libertarian.
I am 12 years older than both of you.
Yes, but I think in many ways you're closer.
I am 12 years. And you are both 20 years younger than Buzz.
I think you are closer in age to me somehow than him.
I'm closer in age to my 15-year-old daughter. I proved that last night at the Japanese steakhouse where I couldn't eat rice
Oh, well, how come?
because Carla's restricting my calories.
Oh, I thought rice might have been your server.
Somebody's going to say Wait Not. I've done Wait Not. I do. You do Wait Not a few times, then you move on to the regular maintenance thing. And so Carla was just doing this. I was on the Wait Not program. I don't want people to freak out.
No.
But I didn't have my rice.
Yeah.
I don't get my rice at the
I thought
Chinese
maybe the
restaurant.
rice reminded you of skin tags.
No, stop it.
Or maggots.
Those are fine. Can I get to the birthdays,
Can
please?
you?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Do you want the music?
Charlie Erming.
Oh, that would be interesting. Well, that's giving me a totally different read now. What is that? What is that, Private Pile? Friday was Norman Warner's birthday. As a longtime listener, he'd like to hear from the original and best Dueling Michael McDonald's. Well, we've been talking about it, and when you talk about something, you talk about originating it on this show. I think it's important for us to, to do our version of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it keeps up. I think it keeps up with the modern times.
So this goes out to, thanks, Rob. This goes out to Norman Warner.
Back in a long ago. What is yet to be created. She's watching our life.
All right, that's enough. Thank you.
Dueling Michael
What
McDonald's.
I love is
the
between us,
original.
we only know about 10 of the words.
We know yet to be created.
That's really what we know.
What is yet to be created? Megan Nieto.
Who?
Buenos dias.
Or Nito. I'm not
Megan
sure.
Nieto.
One of yours.
So what you got is Megan Nieto. She turned 18 on Monday, and she's leaving for college this fall. I can relate to that.
Thought you could.
Oh, sad and unlucky. Megan Nieto is 18, and her family wants her to know how proud they are, just like I'm proud of my daughter.
about that?
Monday was
Well,
also...
they never say if they're exceptionally proud or not proud at all.
do
They
you
just
mean?
want to know how proud they are.
They want her to know how proud they are.
Yeah, but they might not be very proud. And they want her to know that they're not proud. I imagine they're proud.
I can't have Langer in the studio and you with this energy. You got to dial it down or you're going to give me a nervous breakdown.
got it.
Thank you very much. Monday was also a birthday for Bill Barris.
Deep breath.
Of Rip On. Really, because if I have Langer and Rob going at that speed, I'm going to put a shotgun in my mouth today.
Everyone take deep breaths.
Monday was also a birthday for Bill Barris of Ripon, California. R-I-P-O-N. Anybody
Not entirely
know?
sure
Ripon.
myself.
I think
Anyone,
it's Rippin'.
Ferris?
I think it's Rippin'.
Ripon, California, near Modesto. He wants to go way back and hear Buzz do a couple of stanzas of "They're Coming to Take Me Away." I'd like to hear that.
Buzz,
too.
do you want
All right.
do you want the record to sing along
Oh,
with?
if you have it, that'd
I
be
do.
great.
Oh,
I
come
go
on, like you
either-
guys didn't
either
prearrange
way.
that.
Remember
Hate it when you do that.
when you not yet, not too early. When you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd go berserk. Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And
which is why he waited till 1 o'clock in the morning to send us that news. But he's a big fan, so he gets a pass. Wes Armstrong turned 49 yesterday. He was one of the court reporters who read back the dialogue on the old show. He'd like to be surprised by a greeting from a character he's not expecting. Well, good. Listen to the show. And yesterday was Douglas Moomy's birthday.
Right. Douglas
Now,
Moomey.
doesn't Moomy mean something
Yes,
in your
it
family?
does. How do you remember that?
I remember
Moomie
everything.
is what we call poo-poo.
How would you spell it?
My mom would say, "Do you have to moomie?"
How did she spell it, do you think?
When I probably this way. I hate to say it.
I like that.
Mommy. Moomie.
Mommy.
When Lost in Space.
That's mommy.
Yeah, that's
Billy
When
Moomie.
Lost in Space came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Moomy.
Okay, good.
Moomie. When Lost in Space came out, and the character actor was Billy Moomey.
Billy Moomey.
I used to unhinge my jaw
of course.
laughing. Billy Moomey. Doug's favorite cast member is Oscar, but Doug's friend Richard says Doug tends to make bad decisions, just like Oscar. Wow. Oscar's a punching bag on this show. Amy Hayes turns 38 today. She's part of the couple we mentioned in December that makes long drives to Augusta, Georgia every week, listening to TMOS the entire round trip. She'd like a sexy greeting from Buzz.
Amy, there's a 60% chance you'll have a very sexy birthday.
Thank you, Buzz.
Happy birthday.
Tomorrow's the 42nd birthday of David Johnson. He'd just like us to start the effing show.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
That's my guy right there.
Come on. Happy birthday tomorrow to Nick Stryjewski.
That's correct.
Nick Stryjewski.
What part of Ireland is he from?
He's 14. He's a big fan of Rob's telemarketer call. So am I.
Thank you.
Tara Reiter Maroff. God!
Tricky, isn't it? I know.
You know, people, give me two friggin' names, please.
Please, before you write us, in fact, don't even submit your birthday if you have a complicated name.
Tara
But do
Reiter.
submit your birthday if your name is Moomy.
Is that like a maiden name?
I hyphenated, I'm guessing.
Tara
it is.
Reiter Maroff. I want it all. Well, Tara Reiter Maroff. She wants some parenting advice. Well, I urge you not to have a child after the age of 50, like Mike O'Mara. Thank you.
Right there.
Josh Gibson's been listening since he got his driver's license Saturday. He turns 30. I thought I was going to say Josh Gibson has been listening since he got his driver's license on his 30th birthday.
Well, Mike, that test is tricky.
Had to take it over. And
Josh. He still listens every day. Josh would like to hear Rob's clip of that guy playing piano and only singing one note over and over.
Oh, do you remember the tone-deaf Brazilian, Mike? It sounded like this.
Lovely. That's all we'll have of that.
I thought that
funny.
was nice.
Also, Friday, Beatles fan Jeff Crouch was born on an important day in Beatles history, March 22nd, 1963. He'd like Mike to do an impression of someone who likes Paul McCartney. Cesar Perez turns 39. William Whittington celebrates his 57. And Mike St. Pierre also is a Dick Queasy fan, and he lives in the nether regions between Dan Towns and Marcus Serta. Mike's birthday is Monday, so both William Whittington and Mike St. Pierre are big Dick Queasy fans, and I'm going to kind of morph into that right now. I just want to say to William and to Mike St. Pierre, that's a good main name. By golly, I hope you're having a good time up there. Marcus Serta, I've been trying to get on his show for like 7 years, but what he likes to do is send 15 emails for one request, and by golly, I'm tired of reading them. You know?
Hey, Mike, this is Marcus Serta. Do you ever get too many emails?
He was on a thread today. He said, I sent you an email, and then I sent an email to Rob, and Rob's going to get back to me. We'll work it out. I said, give me a time and a date.
And you'll be there.
That's all
How's
you need.
that? And I
You'll
put
be
that
there.
on the thread, and I'll check no matter what. And I told him this didn't change a thing. He was still my son. After very little discussion, he was done talking about it. He said what he'd had to say, and he was ready to move on. As you can imagine, the car got uncomfortably silent, so I turned on the iPod and queued up one of your bonus shows. Guys, I swear, within 5 minutes, I had completely forgotten what he just told me. All I heard was the laughter of the little boy who, as a toddler, giggled like crazy when he heard Charlie's voice on the radio.
Oh, that's awesome.
The more Oscar and Rob antagonized Mike with every F-bomb dropped and lick it, the laugh got louder and louder. Life went back to normal in the blink of an eye, thanks to you. Well, you know, let me say to the anonymous letter writer, I will tell you this. If this show can somehow make every individual that's out there forget the pain and agony of having a gay son or daughter.
What are you doing?
I'm joking. Start the show.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Here are your names. Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way, no way. Tried it once, it doesn't work. You get four guys all fighting over who's going to be Mr. Black. But they don't know each other, so nobody wants to back down. No way. I pick. You're Mr. Pink. Be thankful you're not Mr. Yellow.
Yeah, but Mr. Brown, that's a little too close to Mr.
How about if I'm Mr. Purple? I mean, that sounds good to me. I'll be Mr. Purple.
You're not Mr. Purple. Some guy on some other job is Mr. Purple. You're Mr. Pink.
Who cares what your name is?
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're Mr. White. You have a cool-sounding name. All right, look, if it's no big deal to be Mr. Pink, you want to trade?
Hey, nobody's trading with anybody. This ain't a goddamn city council.
Liberty,
Hey, buddy.
He is my favorite radical right wing person, and I am delighted to have him here. Did you go to the CDUM convention?
I did. I was
Okay.
at CPAC.
No.
It didn't kill me. Oh yeah. I
What?
was at CPAC. Well, I get a lot of business done.
What
there,
a
so,
moron harem that is.
It is. It was as I like to say, every CPAC is different, and this CPAC was no different. It was.
So did you get a chance to see
I
Sarah
saw nothing.
Palin?
I saw no speeches.
Really?
I did. I almost never go and attend the official events. I do Radio Row and I do my own sort of briefings. I did a panel on Friday reconciling the libertarian movement with the conservative movement.
Look, I don't want to paint with a broad brush here, but isn't that just to see a nut job? Is it that thing?
No. Though I had a very uncomfortable moment when there was apparently one very uncomfortable exchange at a panel sort of talking about redefining race relations, and a group of students from my very far lefty high school in New York had come down. 25
lefty.
kids.
Wow.
No, seriously. It was
You know what we call that on this show? A high school.
A high school.
That's right.
Yes. No, this high school makes NPR look like Rush Limbaugh. I mean, they are very, 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 very progressive. And the history professor, or history teacher, comes out and she's completely shaken. And there was some nuttiness. There's always nuttiness.
Sure.
But I had a great time. I almost had my Mike O'Mara experience. I was out Thursday night drinking with friends, and somebody challenged me on our good friend Greg Klein, who's running for
He's the
Republican
big
Party.
guy,
He's
right?
the big guy.
Okay, yeah, nice guy.
Running for chairman of the Maryland Republican Party, and
I'm
somebody
aware
wanted
of
to
that.
challenge me on that, and fisticuffs almost ensued.
Whoa! Wow,
it was
because he's a passionate guy.
No, but this was some guy coming to me and wanting to talk to me about it, and it was the wrong time.
Getting in your grill.
I had
all up in your business.
Yes, I had gone the full spectrum of O'Mara emotions over the
Don't
course
keep
of the evening.
referencing me with your
Sorry.
bad behavior, pal.
Sorry.
Now, when you say you do Radio Row, I know you do a radio show as well. Were you a guest or were you actually doing a show?
We recorded our podcast from the Fan Freedom booth for Monday night. We recorded it on Thursday, but no, I was literally doing other people's shows.
Now, when you were walking up and down the row, were you considered a get?
It depends.
Who's that white guy?
Yeah,
Hey, speaking
we
of
need somebody to fill in. No, but I'm the guy I could.
You like to laugh, and that's what it is. I want to say briefly that I've had me a week with social networking. This morning was amazing. 13 messages, one right after the other, that could not have been more positive.
Really?
People supporting our advertisers, telling us just heartwarming stories about how the show has gotten them through a very difficult time.
Thank
it
you
was
for
magnificent. So that's the majority of the correspondence I get. But also this week, I got news for you, ladies and gentlemen. The show is getting hot because I am getting tons of correspondence, like more than I've ever gotten. It kind of jives with what Mark told us the other day about how successful the show has become. And I've got a lot of this stuff about politics where people get mad and they say they're tired of Buzz's one note and they're tired of, me going political and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, that's part of who we are.
Absolutely.
Turn it down. I mean, Andrew Langer and I, seriously, we disagree on almost everything politically, and we have fun with it. He understands what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's the way I look at politics, and it's a small part of the show. What were you going to say, Oscar?
I was just going to say that I always thought the show was hot. I just didn't know if you just started reading your messages.
Maybe that's it.
You know how you sense this carries on the podcast, but also it's with radio. You know how you sense that you've turned a corner. We did something on the show a couple of weeks ago called our New Listener Initiative.
Right.
And you, the listeners, went nuts about it.
Thank
you
you.
supported us so
stepped
totally. And we have seen what I really would describe as a miraculous spike in support and listenership of the show, and it's resulting in a lot of new people. And I'm going through some of the old battles, but I'm also getting people that are digging this show. And I'm talking as it's a live in the now world, people.
Right.
I'm talking this morning where I was sitting there talking to Pony Boy. He came in and I just said, I have this overwhelming feeling about the traction of this show.
And then did Matt Bloom say, that's great, we need to buy more things?
Okay. He said he lived in the area. And so, but he couldn't have gotten back to me fast enough, and he said, I love the show. I said, okay, if you love the show, then the part about the politics that Buzz and I get ranting on once in a while, turn it down if you don't like, or just listen to it and understand that. I've listened to your
I had a Facebook exchange like that on Saturday, and it was just one of those things where it got very ugly very quickly, and I regretted it. I will say that you're going to fight
on Facebook. It's going to happen occasionally.
I will say one of the high points, I hung out with Cameron and John.
John Pop and Cameron Gray from WJFK.
Yes, that's John Pop and Cameron Gray, who work for the NRA.
That's right.
I really would have bet money that there was going to be a different sound effect for John Pop.
Yeah. There it is.
Bingo.
Thank you very much.
Hi, John.
Rob.
John Pop.
Yeah, there you go.
That song has lyrics.
Wait a minute. John Pop and Cameron Gray work for the NRA? Sorry.
I know, right?
He's got new toys for me, and I play with them. I can't help myself.
They send their best.
So they're doing well?
Oh, they're doing great. They had a really great setup at CPAC, and I hung out with them.
Close to the buffet?
Well, now in 30 seconds, we have 30 seconds. 15 for Langer, 15 for me. It's point counterpoint, and I will let Andrew Langer start. And this is just general politics, philosophy, just as broad as it can possibly be. In 3, 2, 1, Langer, go.
Mike, you ignorant slut.
That's it. We're done. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah,
Thought it went well.
I've been called ignorant a lot. On the program today, I would like to talk about prom invitees. This jogged me when I was hearing the story about that young man that invited Kate Upton to his prom. Hold on. Just keep it in your pants for a while. My wife hit me to this. It's like, doesn't that happen all the time? And I said, we'll discuss that. Jimmy Fallon, the luckiest man in showbiz. Safe home, Harry Reams.
Yes.
Sad, right?
Oscar, do you know who Harry Reams is?
No idea.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame.
That's gross.
That's a crime.
That's gross.
Everybody needs to know. It's part of American,
then you gross me out with
American
that.
culture. I got a tribute to him myself.
Who wants to travel abroad? A naturally, spontaneously, brilliantly funny woman.
Funny lady.
And, she was doing her impromptu Sarah Palin. And look, they might have asked her to do that in the pre-interview so she had some material prepped. I don't care. It's the way she delivers it, and she just made me laugh out loud. And it's nice to see that show, which I really watch to get insight on celebrities, and see somebody really entertain the audience and make me laugh. I think Tina Fey truly is a brilliantly funny.
I brought in her 10 questions. Would you like to hear the tape of it with James Lipton last night?
Well, is it the Sarah Palin segment?
No,
or
this
what?
is the 10 questions, how he ends every interview.
You can play that in the vault a little bit if you want to.
We'll get to it, but I had it.
It's just, I mean, that's the part where your favorite sound and all that.
What do you want to hear when you get to heaven?
That's the part that always gets me a little verklempt. When he asks that question, what is your favorite sound? And some of the actors have just really, really poignant one. That was actually her weaker moment.
I always tear up a little bit when I see how he's dyed his beard.
Oh my God,
that makes me sad.
How old do you think James Lipton really is?
I think he's 71.
You think so?
Yeah, I bet we can find it.
I can find out.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, because he does seem like he is. He seems like he may be feeling fat.
The question is, who was older? James Lipton or Harry Reams?
Did I power down, or did we mention that this segment is sponsored by Scorebig?
We did not mention that.
Oh, did we come back already?
No, we haven't.
Did we ever go away?
No, we haven't.
We
we didn't break.
Oh, well, then the next segment will be fine. We were going to break after the you and Langer debate.
Yeah, we're actually coming back after we take a break.
Very good.
No, we're not taking a break yet.
Okay. He powered down to answer his question.
What's that?
He powered down.
He's entitled. He can do that occasionally. Let me tell you this. I was reading this on online this morning that street prostitution in Paris, that there's a very good chance that they may legalize it.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So we were discussing. God,
I haven't been over there in years.
We were discussing road trip. So I just wanted to say, hey, France, Paris, Paris, like Charlie Rose and James Lipton, where they are prepared, as opposed to Larry King, that's like, what'd you have for breakfast today?
Your other preparation.
I'm curious. There we go.
Your other preparation was coloring your beard and being 86.
But I was watching Tina Fey, and she was really fantastic.
I love her.
And it's kind of the opposite that I feel about the whole Saturday Night Live gang. I really get frustrated with Jimmy Fallon and Lorne Michaels, and I want to talk about that when we come back. And also prom invitees, more fun, more thrills. We're here on the Mike O'Mara Show. You are too. We'll take a break. Come right back.
Like a stone, and I feel
Are you Mumford or Son?
Son.
Okay.
No. Just pardon me. I'm riffing a little bit.
Wish we'd known.
You need your Jews out.
I do. What's the hook line?
I will wait. I will wait for you. Sudafed, that's what they
Hit it, Rob! Here we go. This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show
I don't care what you say. That's in the act.
like Charlie Rose and James Lipton, where they are prepared, as opposed to Larry King, that's like, what'd you have for breakfast today?
Your other preparation.
I'm curious. There we go.
Your other preparation was coloring your beard and being 86.
But I was watching Tina Fey, and she was really fantastic.
I love her.
And it's kind of the opposite that I feel about the whole Saturday Night Live gang. I really get frustrated with Jimmy Fallon and Lorne Michaels, and I want to talk about that when we come back. And also prom invitees, more fun, more thrills. We're here on the Mike O'Mara Show. You are too. We'll take a break. Come right back.
Like a stone, and I feel
Are you Mumford or Son?
Son.
Okay.
No. Just pardon me. I'm riffing a little bit.
Wish we'd known.
You need your Jews out.
I do. What's the hook line?
I will wait. I will wait for you. Sudafed, that's what they
Hit it, Rob! Here we go. This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show
I don't care what you say. That's in the act.
That I was reading this morning. The New York Yankees filed some sort of legal action to prevent StubHub from, and I'm sure Scorebig appreciates this, but mentioning both Ticketmaster and StubHub.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, Scorebig. I apologize. That's
Scorebig,
Buzz Dumb 1 and Mike Dumb 2. That's the way that works.
Well, the commercial was over.
But the fact is that they shut them down, so they can't have a ticket location right next to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, so the Yankees do not like the secondary marketplace. They've created their own. That's exactly right.
They're so greedy. They're so flipping greedy. It's like, come on.
I went into this. Yeah, this is why I was in Tallahassee. We were dealing with Ticketmaster and the whole. I mean, they want to make it. I'll tell you this much: overcriminalization is one of the huge issues for me. Which is, Dave, you keep adding to laws and laws, so everybody becomes a criminal.
Right.
So the deputy sheriff in Orange County was in Tallahassee testifying yesterday, equating ticket resellers with drug dealers and saying we now have to make ticket reselling the same as a Class 1 felony because otherwise we won't prosecute these guys.
You know, when I had a few more shekels that I was reading this morning, the New York Yankees filed some sort of legal action to prevent StubHub from, and I'm sure Scorebig appreciates this, but mentioning both Ticketmaster and StubHub. Sorry
about that.
Sorry, Scorebig. I apologize. That's Buzz Dumb 1 and Mike Dumb 2. That's the way that works.
Well, the commercial was over.
But the fact is that they shut them down, so they can't have a ticket location right next to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, so the Yankees do not like the secondary marketplace. They've created their own. That's exactly right.
They're so greedy. They're so flipping greedy. It's like, come on.
I went into this. This is why I was in Tallahassee. We were dealing with Ticketmaster and the whole. I mean, they want to make it. I'll tell you this much: overcriminalization is one of the huge issues for me. Which is, Dave, you keep adding to laws and laws, so everybody becomes a criminal.
Right.
So the deputy sheriff in Orange County was in Tallahassee testifying yesterday, equating ticket resellers with drug dealers and saying we now have to make ticket reselling the same as a Class 1 felony because otherwise we won't prosecute these guys.
You know what?
You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.